Good morning. It's a real good morning. Come on in. We have a last-minute rush. I'm Reverend Dr. Mary Mitchell, one of the practitioners here this morning, along with Christy and Charlie, wherever Charlie went. Anyway, we're here to do prayer with you if you'd like some prayer and anything else you might be concerned about and want to talk to us about. We'll be by the bell after service, and then we have a couple of practitioner rooms that we can go and be private. The what? Okay, I think we're getting settled. That's good. If you're new with us this morning, we don't have a welcome packet on them. They've been handing them out. Okay, well, we'll have some more next week. They have a lot of great information in it for you if you're new. A lot of good information. We have an opening song by Dalton Fitzgerald. Good morning, Dalton. Welcome.
Morning. The lyrics will be appearing in the sky momentarily. You can sing along with as much of this as you want or as you know, but there's a call and response section in the middle that you're going to pick up really quickly, and I especially need you to join in on that. Okay, help me out here. I'm raising the veil between me and my God. There's no separation, no distance at all. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. That's how it goes. Between me and my God. There's no separation, no distance at all. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. I want to know you. Oh God, I'm raising the veil. I want to see you. That's how it goes. Oh God, I'm raising the veil. I want to hear you. I want to feel you. I want to praise you. I want to love you. Between me and my God, there's no separation, no distance at all. God is right here in my heart. Sing along. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. One more. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil.
I don't know that I've heard that before, but it's so meaningful. Yeah, Dr. James used to say, when we pass into the next life experience, it's just like piercing the veil. It's that thin. It's so wonderful. It's nice to think of that when we think about our loved ones on the other side, so to speak. Okay. We have about 20 till 10, we have a prayer circle in the back, and all those people are here and are part of the helping group. And you don't see them so much jumping around or walking around, but there's a lot to be done when people come. And so we always thank them for all their efforts in being here at service. If you have a cell phone, if you'd put it on airplane mode or something, that would be appreciated. And focus announcements. Now, I hope everybody got one of these, because in the middle is everything in February, and there's a lot. So I'm just going to tell you what's happening in January. In January, first things first, if you have any used shoes that you would like to donate to the homeless, a week from tomorrow is what's called a point in time count, where the county goes around and has groups of people all over the county going to where the homeless usually hang in for the night or the morning, and they do a homeless count. And then they have a breakfast for them, and then they have all kinds of services. And January 27th from 8 to 4 at the New Life Discovery Project Community Center on Placer Street. So we usually bring shoes and socks, and we really want a lot, because last year they counted 1,024 homeless in Shasta County. We took 250 pair of shoes and only came home with about 25. So the need is great. So if you can, not your favorite shoes, but shoes that you're ready to give up as a gift to someone who could really use them, we'd appreciate it if you bring them in at least no later than Sunday, so we can tag them, pair them up, and it's good to put the size on so people can come in and really quickly find what they need. It would be really a great thing to do. Where do we put them? Where? In a bag in the hallway. Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure. I'll be here though with plenty of bags next Sunday. So if you bring them in during the week, that's fine. And then I'll hunt them all up. All right. There's a certificated class coming up that's hosted by Charlie Bourne and Reverend Sue. It's called Exploring the Spiritual Keys to Success. February 4th, Wednesdays, February 4th to March 25th. 7 to 8:30 in the evening. And then there's a Grace of Aging Sage workshop with Reverend Sue and guest doula. How do you say her last name? Well, I'll guess that.
She just goes by
Doula. There you go. Oh, okay. A death doula. Saturday, February 7th, 9:30 to 12:30 in the social hall. Then the board's leadership team is having a new members tea after service in the sanctuary on Sunday, February 8th. It'll be a tea to share about the center and what it means to be a member, and there'll be some history and answering questions. So that's Sunday, February 8th. And then there's a new class coming up, and it's a little frustrating because it's going to start February 10th, and the book is not out yet. The booklet's not totally prepared yet, so I don't even know what it's going to be about. But I'll be working hard to make sure it's a fun class for you. It's Ancient Wisdom and the Science of Mind. So it'll explore ancient times to find the threads in ancient wisdom that Earnest Holmes used in the Science of Mind. Should be interesting. Tuesdays, February 10th and 9:30 in the morning, only because we have a lady who really wants to come, and she can only put her children in daycare in the morning. So this will be an odd time. It'll be a morning class. Reverend Helen Cummings from the Reading Zen Priory is going to be here Wednesday, February 11th, doing compassion, the Kanzion scripture, and our daily life. It's a special offering from her for 3 to 5 p.m., and that's in your program too. So a lot going on. So right now, I'd like to invite the practitioner. Well, the bell. I know. Oh, well, okay, whatever. Usually we invite the bell 3 times, and then Peter's going to come up and do a spiritual mind treatment. The reading.
Good morning, everybody. This reading is from Braiding Sweetgrass, Indigenous Wisdom, Scientific Knowledge, and the Teachings of Plants by Robin Wall Kimmerer. Lena, the gray-haired elder, led Robin through the meadow in a search for sweetgrass. "It's our way," she said, "to take only what we need. I've always been told that you never take more than half." After scattering a bit of tobacco to the ground with her thanks, she said, "You know this, to always leave a gift for the plants, to ask if we might take them. It would be rude not to ask first." Only then did she stoop and pinch off a grass stem at its base, careful not to disturb the roots. The most important thing was to remember what Lena's grandmother had always told her. If we use a plant respectfully, it will stay with us and flourish. If we ignore it, it will go away. If you don't give it respect, it will leave us, Lena said. This place always gives good sweetgrass since we tend to it right. But other places, it's getting hard to find. I'm thinking they may not be picking right. Some people, they're in a hurry and they pull up the whole plant. Even the roots come up. That's not the way I was taught. Our elders taught that the relationship between plants and humans must be one of balance. People can take too much and exceed the capacity of the plants to share again. That's the voice of hard experience that resonates in the teachings of never take more than half. And yet, they also teach that we can take too little. If we allow traditions to die, relationships to fade, the land will suffer. These laws are the product of hard experiences, of past mistakes. And not all plants are the same. Each has its own way of regenerating. Some, unlike sweet grass, are easily harmed by harvest. Lena would say that the key is to know them well enough to respect the difference.
Now it's time for a spiritual mind treatment, and Sue's talk this morning is on the topic cause and effect, nature's wisdom. So we always start our treatment, our affirmative prayer, with God is all there is. God is the energy that created the universe and each one of us. The chairs we're sitting in, it's all the energy of the one. And I know this morning that the nature of cause and effect is what rules our lives. What we believe tends to happen to us. What we believe tends to bring energy to us. And so when we inspect that, we see where we're right on track with making our life more happy. It makes us more generous. And it brings great friendships into our experience. And so I'm so grateful to know this, that the cause and effect is a true spiritual principle. And as I use it more clearly in my life, it is a generous opportunity for not only myself, but the people I love and around me. So I release these words knowing that it is at the heart of who we are. It is our nature, whether we pay attention to it or not. But it always works perfectly because God's behind it. And we say, thank you, Spirit, for all the gifts in our life. And so it is. Reverend Sue. You got the big book. All right.
Thank you, Judy. Good morning. It's good to see you. I see a special person from Portland here. Say hey to Chris, okay? Yeah, Hazel's daughter's here visiting, and I see lots of people that are here that I haven't seen in a while, and it does my heart good to welcome you into our service today and to see our beautiful new renditions here that we're co-creating together. Yeah, it's working. People are getting used to it, and they're saying, I like what you've done to the floors. Okay, all right. It's all in individual appreciation. I'm kind of excited because we reported our flooding to the city of Redding, and the government is coming on this week to evaluate, what our needs might be. And what's kind of funny is I thought, okay, you guys, bring back the dirt, because we've had so many people cleaning it up that it looks better to me. It's like, what's the big deal? But anyway, I'm excited that things are moving forward, and the generosity from GoFundMe and from so many of you here that have been helping us build some funds to repair what has been lost. It's just really a heart of gratitude. We all bow to you. So yes, the talk being nature's wisdom, cause and effect, a little bit of a different approach, what we're going to share today. And I have to ask, are you Phyllis? Am I seeing Phyllis too? Oh my goodness. Everybody's going, so who's Phyllis? Everybody online, who's Phyllis? I want to know Phyllis. Phyllis was one of my favorite patients from cardiac rehab and from the hospital. So, and yoga. It's all coming back. Thank you for being here. All right, focus. Cause and effect. And we are looking a different approach here. And I've really been having a lot of fun looking through various materials about the indigenous wisdoms as they dovetail with New Thought and what Earnest Holmes stood for and believed in. And so there was a beautiful affirmation that I offer right up at the very beginning here. I'm creating a world that works for every living thing. I'm creating a world that works for every living thing. And if we breathe that in for a moment, we realize our sole purpose. And if Sri Srimnoy, who I'm going to talk a little bit more about in the message today, his words, listen to nature, listen to nature. She speaks only for your good. And then Robin Kimmerer, who wrote the Braiding Sweetgrass, to be heard, you must speak the language of the one you want to listen. That's another one to kind of drink in a little bit. We have to speak the language of the one you want to listen. So oftentimes I'm up here, been here for so many years that I just go off on my own little world, and maybe I'm not speaking your language, and I apologize for that. But what I hope you hear from anyone giving a message up here is our heart's intention, the depth of how we honor this philosophy and how it embraces interfaith in so many beautiful ways. So as we continue to consider the living in harmony with Earth from a religious science perspective and align with the wisdom of the elders, is how I like to look at it, who knew about what this really means. Now, you noticed in what Peter had read about the sweetgrass, they made mistakes. They made mistakes, but they paid attention. They watched nature, and they learned from those mistakes. And then they were able to have the wisdom to know what to do next from that. In society, we're not often doing that lately. But the idea to know what the elders were saying, respect nature, observe nature, honor nature, value nature. So the song was Raising the Veil, and I had referenced as let's raise the bar. Let's raise the bar of our understanding, because this is very humbling information. We might think it's just nature, but let us go as to look deeper into the divinity of nature itself. So one of my favorite teachers is Sri Srimnoy, and he is from India, and he had dedicated his understanding of connection to nature through his writings, through his music. He played the flute, through art and poetry, and just his simple way of living. And his teachings were deep but simple. And it was his love of nature itself that inspired his journey. So eventually, though, this person from a little village in India, he became one of the key inspirational speakers at the United Nations. And he began offering non-denominational peace meditations for the delegates and the staff. So for over 30 years, he sat in discussions with many of the dignitaries over the concern of the environment, the crisis that was developing back when he was doing his work. And he would always be sharing his deep heart wisdom and perspective of humanity's relationship with the natural world, but also the relationship with science and technology. He was a well-educated man. And it was there that he became close to Jane Goodall. So what I appreciate about him, though, starts so much earlier, because he grew up in India, in the village, amongst the rivers and fields and the natural beauty, and he was the youngest child of 7 children, all well-educated, and they lived affluently. So he had a good life. And he spent his time roaming and communing with forest and meadows, It was all the unspoiled territory. If you can only imagine the territory of the land back in 1931 and 1940. That's how long he lived in this particular place. But then he moved to Sri Aurobindo's ashram in Pondicherry, which is on the Bay of Bengal. And the backstory on the ashram is it's also near a visionary community known as Auroville. How many of you ever heard of the Auroville? It's the most beautiful temple. It is a dome made of gold, geometric figures, pyramids kind of creating this dome-like effect. And you go there, there's nobody leading the meditation. They ask you to go in silence and do your own form of meditation and spiritual practice. But the Auroville, the little township itself, was a vision of Sri Aurobindo's wife, who they affectionately always called the mother. And she was a French woman. And she woke up with the dream of this village. And so she and her husband, it was their soul calling to create this place. And it was a visionary community that was a universal township and an experimental community developed through their vision. And it was to help the future of society. They created an idea of a city for people of all nations. Doesn't that sound lovely? And it is a multicultural community focused on spiritual growth, sustainable living, harmony with nature, and it featured unique structures like that meditation temple that I just referred to. They emphasized eco-friendly practices, organic farming, and diverse cultural activities. And you know what? That's what the Centers for Spiritual Living is trying to do. We pull it fast forward, and that's what we're trying to do, as to have a world that works for all, for diversity and connection. So that golden sphere is at the very center of their ashram, of their village. And it has 30 to 50,000 people living there. And Charlie and I were fortunate enough to get to visit that when we were doing a trek through India. And it was phenomenal. And it's really imprinted as one of my favorite life experiences. So I'm just offering that thumbnail sketch of the actual establishment of a self-governing society, just as background, because what the principles they lived on were identical to the things that Earnest Holmes stood for. And he often, in his later years of writing, would quote Sri Aurobindo. So as I return to Shrimnoi, you might notice these similarities, because hear this, Ernest Holmes' strongest beliefs align with this. Because besides being influenced by the imagery of nature, whether it's the planets out there or trees or the elements or flocks of birds, Shrimnoi claims that all beings in the natural world have a soul and their own personhood. Each knows that it comes from a supreme source. Each rejoices in its interrelation with all others in God's vast creation, in the beauty of the world, and the divine presence in everything. He is consistent in reminding us that God is the absolute, becomes the universe, and therefore everything that exists in nature is God in another form, as the one has now become many. Does that sound, for those scholars of the teaching, a little bit familiar? A little bit familiar for this new thought? In Living the Science of Mind this week, there was a passage that jumped out at me referring to the deep spiritual concept that I refer to. That this is what it says. It is true in everything we do. We are individual points in the consciousness of God, or the original creative spirit of the universe. We are points where it, referring to the divine, thinks through us. There is no separation, no barrier, no place where one begins and the other leaves off. All is one and one in all. The creativity of thought is not dependent on the thinker. I'm going to pause there. Think about that. The creativity of thought is not dependent on the thinker. Only the choice of thinking is dependent on the thinker. The creative activity of thought belongs to the universe. And he reminds us it's a fine point of our philosophy and the main point of the Science of Mind teachings. Every advance in science is built on the simple proclamation that nature obeys us when we obey it. Strong, clear. And he goes on to say, infinite and immutable as the law is. And when we refer to law, I like to just simplify it by cause and effect. It is done as we believe. It is done unto us as we believe. Simple as that. So here I'm inviting you to contemplate, what have you been thinking? What have you been feeling? Because this is personal. This is a personal message to you. So infinite and immutable as the law is, ever present and available as it, with a capital I, must be, the potential possibility of all human probability, sounds very heady, it must flow through us in order to manifest for us. Now, I'm emphasizing that and not trying to read it so slowly and dumb it down, because I want you to piece it together, because it is about cause and effect and what it has to do with us right now and what it has to do with the world we live in. And are we listening? Are we listening? Are we listening? Because if our world is a mirror back to us, what we've been thinking and feeling, if the law of mind is always operating, and it is, upon the impressions we continue to rehearse in the backgrounds of our mind, and it is always present everywhere. We collectively are shaping what is unfolding constantly. It isn't judging our thinking, it is mirroring it. So we're forever interrelating to each other. Our thoughts and our emotions are influencing our experience. This is what you hear when we cast out that phrase, we're co-creating. We're co-creating our world. It's not arrogant. And it's not that everything's now upon the shoulders of others that we are complaining about, because we are each instruments of the divine, and the law of mind is always at work, doing unto us what we believe. So I feel so empowered for all of us collectively when I look through these powerful ancient teachings and current understandings. Because now you might argue, I'm not believing in these injustices that I'm witnessing in the world. I think they're horrifying. You can name yours. There's so many categories to focus on. And then we might realize, feel it when you're thinking about it. Feel it inside of you when you're thinking about it. That's where the heart space just gets so constricted and angry and vocalizes it and tries to allow the anger that we feel or the discontent. It's not fixing anything. Do you see the connection? So I'm going to ask you to sit there and name yours and take responsibility for realizing that amount of passion and frustration that we're feeling. If we leave it there, it's mirroring back to us the same icky feelings. So your intentions might be very, very pure. And I know I'm in a community of like-minded, open-hearted, true spiritual warriors on this path. And this can empower us, this knowing, what am I thinking? Because what I'm thinking is co-creating my next tomorrow. And when we feel weak need at the suffering of others, we're asking ourselves to really listen to the peacekeepers. I mean, have you been listening to some of the council going on in Minnesota? Don't give them any reason to fight back, right? Have you heard that? If you've been tuned in at all to some of the situations there, don't give any injustice any of your power. Give it your love. Align what you do want to see manifest. Give your energy to a greater good unfolding. Stay true to the principles of love and peace and truth and nonviolence, if those are the ones that are ingrained in your values, in your spiritual heart. Live those, mirror those back out into our society. Because being aware of what you're thinking and feeling is key to living the life that the elders have paved for us to understand, because nature is teaching us. If you feel blocked in the heart space, stand in the wind. Stand in the wind and let it blow through you. Visualize it because it's a felt sense. Open your arms to it. Stand with the big trees and get grounded into the earth and listen to the message of their limbs as they have endured an eternity of time much longer than our own lifespan. And hear the wind through their limbs, through their leaves. There's a message, a calming. Let it remind you something greater is unfolding, something more powerful than I am. And if water is what speaks to you, stand by the river and let the water flow through you. Stand by it and feel that purging, that connection, that intimacy. We allow the elements to reshape the landscape of our suffering. And we recognize today it's our choice. So I'm going into this because yesterday I was at the Energy Codes with Dr. Kathleen Riley, and she was gently inspiring us to get into the oneness state. We've heard that so many times. Get into that oneness state. And then with that, though, check in, awareness, what's going on inside of you. And so I invite you, as I continue this message, connect with that. Connect with what's going on inside of you. And if I were to call out some of those trigger words that ping you, that trigger you about what's going on in the society, you'll feel it in a certain part of your body. It'll register something to you. And here's where we allow the breath, which is like the wind, to be the practice that brings us back into coherence with what we want to feel instead. Now, this is not about denial. It's not about assuming that this stuff really isn't happening. It's bowing deeper into your soul nature, into that sense of absolute love, so that we could find out how we feel. What is it that we feel? Sorrow, constriction, disappointment, anger, name it, whatever it is for you. And then allow the nature of breathing to be that invisible power that is so connected to the divine source to lead us back to our true nature. It's right there. It's like the wind in the trees. It's not far away. She reminded us also that we, very gently, that we have the power and the autonomy to connect with the true source of all that there is. We have the power and the choice. Now, as she continued, I have to be honest, the stuff got stuck in me, the things I was reflecting on, and I felt phony inside. Love is all there is. Oh, God, I just hate that this is going on. I could feel the wrestling of whatever was causing my heart to be fragmented into many pieces. And then I could hear but I want to be right. But I really want to be, I am right about this. I could feel all of this, arrogance, really, coming up inside of me, fighting what is. the need to be right in the middle of all the judgments, all the things that I was seeing and feeling. And then I felt that I was just sabotaging this whole spiritual path. I wanted a healing to happen. I was hungry for this healing to unfold. And I wanted my right back to win this debate on what's going on, this tension in the world. Then the light went on. Listen to nature. She speaks only for your good. So here it is. Because I know as a trained practitioner, never focus on the story someone tells you when they're coming for treatment. Look deeper to cause. Look deeper, look deeper, look deeper. We're so focused on the drama unfolding. And yet, my faith has always been, there is a good unfolding. I can't see it. I'm not controlling it. But I bow to it. And I offer myself unto that. So you can see now, as you think about the sweetgrass story, you start with gratitude. I haven't been doing that. I've been starting with cursing, to exaggerate it. But if we bow down, what is the gratitude piece? What am I afraid is being taken from me, from society, from my daughter, from a woman? What am I afraid is happening? What am I grateful for that has been established that feels like it's slipping away? And I can name that gratitude, and my heart will start to open, and I start to mirror back in that kneeling, humbled position. This is what I'm so grateful for. The right to vote, the right for women's rights, for me personally, the rights for citizens to feel safe in their homes. You know, you've been hearing and listening. So even though we may have broken hearts in a million pieces of the world events going on, remember the sweetgrass story. There's a delicate way to bring balance back, bring harmony back. So this is what the revelation is. Where am I sending my power, my intentions, my emotions, my disapprovals? That's fuel for the fire. That only makes things continue to rage, and there's no healing. But if I pause and I remember there is a divinity in me, I put my connection to God first here. I may still wrestle with my feelings in the storm, but it'll settle me into the truth of where I want to be, where I know truth lies. So I bow to the ground of suffering, and I offer the gratitude, and I imagine, again, what's being taken away, and then I give gratitude for that which I know is right there for us all to hold sacred. So when we see something that feels disrespectful, when we see fear in faces, when we feel a sense that the world is being brutally attacked in different ways, ask yourself, what is mine to do? And right there, you will breathe, you will pause, your heart will open, and you will ask the sweet grass if you can make a small offering for its gifts. You humble yourself to remember, I will never know the full spectrum of what is unfolding, but I do know my spiritual wisdom is asking me to lift my heart, to hold the vision, to anchor my vision on a world that works for all. And my favorite chant for that, and those that join me in yoga know it, Loka Samasta Sukhi no Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhi no Bhavantu. May all beings be peaceful and well. May all beings be peaceful and well. We are evolving. We're evolving. It's like the birth canal. It's crowded sometimes. Hurts sometimes. We want to go back. Never mind. I remember when I was in labor, I wanted to tell the doctor, if you didn't know I was having a contraction, they'd leave me alone. They wouldn't have to make me breathe. That was a mistake. I lost control right then. But we are birthing something amazing, unfolding. And if we allow ourselves to really hone in, to really work with our minds, our powerful, co-creating minds, to work the conditions, and to see things flourishing, healing, get our minds in sync with the divine mind. When we remember this is so powerful, we'll stop feeding those fires of discontent, and grace will fill us. And we take a deeper breath. We take the deeper breath and allow it to feel ourselves becoming one with that open-hearted, spacious feeling within our own being. Love and forgiveness and compassion begin to expand beyond the body, beyond. And we start to realize, this is so true to me now, I cannot contain it, and we feel it. We feel this whole sanctuary. It spills out into the ethers. It spills out into the world, and into the planet, into Minnesota, into Iran, into the ICE detention centers, into Venezuela, to the places our hearts have been torn apart. You can name yours. And we let a vision of love be so huge, and all that can happen is the coherency will unfold and reveal itself. And that force is so strong that it makes a difference. And our nature is now aligning with the divine nature and demonstrating the power of the people who make a choice to love. Divine nature, our divine nature, is one of peace, abundance, beauty, love, joy, resiliency, respect, kindness. We know this. So Earnest Holmes says, as you learn to release all your burdens to the right action of God, you will find that everything falls into its proper place. You will let the problems slip away, and realizing the power greater than you are, a presence that is within you is ready, willing, able to guide you in all ways. Then peace, security, fulfillment come with ease. And there is a sense of joy. There is a sense of accomplishment. So let us try that on. Let's practice that this week. Partner with the divine. Partner with divine vision. Allow these precious qualities to be the last words on your prayer, in your heart, to whatever you're seeing. This is practicing the art of interbeing. Interdependence is evolving, and we're all a part of the story. We're the ones that life has been waiting for. We're no longer satisfied with demonstrating just personal little manifestations for ourselves and getting along. We're moving into aligning with our humanity to thrive. It's not one or the other. It's a collective influence upon everything. Our children, our grandchildren, their children are relying on us to make the right choices for the collective well-being of all. Earnest Holmes, healing and demonstration take place as our minds become attuned to the truth of our being. So I'll invite Judy up. May we each pay attention to the wisdom stories of the indigenous of all time, to live with respect for each other. Can we pay attention to the spiritual wisdoms that line our path? They've inspired us from every faith through all the ages to shape our character and empower our understanding. May we be kind this week. Go ahead, Judy. Sri Srimnoy offers this in his closing book, Listen to Nature. as the countless drops of the boundless ocean are the myriad leaves of a huge banyan tree peacefully remain side by side, even so all human beings will someday live side by side in perfect oneness world. There will come a time when this world of ours will be flooded with peace. Who will bring about this radical change? It will be you. It will be you, your sisters and your brothers. You and your oneness heart will spread peace throughout the length and breadth of the world. In this knowing, we close down this message, yet we feel the affinity for one another. We are in a coherent heart space where love prevails, where love breathes us. Let us spread that awareness, that knowing into every situation that causes us pause. We breathe, and we breathe love, and we breathe gratitude. I release these words knowing that they permeate through you, reaching you as they will. But the attention behind them is for love to prevail. Thank you, God, for the wake-up call to be a better human. I release the word into the law, and together we say, and so it is. Thank you, Dalton. Thank you. Thank you.
Once again, lyrics will be appearing in the sky. In the ever-shifting water of the river of his life, I was swimming, seeking comfort. I was wrestling waves to find a boulder I could cling to, a stone to hold me fast, or I might let the fretful water of this river around me pass. So I found an anchor, a blessed resting place, a trusty rock I called my Savior, for there I would be safe from the river and its dangers, and I proclaimed my rock divine, and I prayed to it, protect me, and the rock replied, God is a river, not just a stone. God is a wild raging rapid and a slow meandering flow. God is a deep and narrow passage, a peaceful sandy shore. God is the river swimmer, so let go. Still I clung to my rock tightly with conviction in my arms, never looking at the stream to keep my mind from thoughts of harm. But the river kept on coming, kept on tugging at my legs, till at last my fingers faltered and I was swept away. So I'm going with the flow now, these relentless twists and bends, acclimating to the motion and a sense of being And this river's like my body now. It carries me along through the ever-changing seas and by the rocks that sing this song. God is a river, not just a stone. God is a wild raging rapid and a slow meandering flow. God is a deep and narrow passage, a peaceful sandy shore. God is the river swimmer, so let go. God is the river swimmer, so let go.
Have you ever felt like that? Just let go. Oh my. Great message, great message. If the ushers would come forward, please. As we prepare to give our offering this morning, I know our hearts are filled with love and appreciation, since what is offered here is for our spiritual well-being. We're filled with gratitude, knowing that life stays in balance because we know the laws of cause and effect are, as I give, I receive.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
I give thanks for the blessed donations received in the offering this morning and those that come in during the week. I know each dollar supports the spiritual family in many ways as we grow together, pray together, and give thanks for all that the center has been blessed with today and always. And so it is.
Here we come up from both sides.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
I just wanted to leave you with a word. I didn't want to mix it in with the talk, but it's Asha. Can you say that? Asha. 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 Let me tell you the background on it. It's a Persian, from the Persian tradition of Zoroastrianism. And what it means is truth or cosmic order. Asha means cosmic order, divine truth in action. It refers to the living law by which thought, intention, and action align with the creative intelligence of the universe. To live in Asha is to participate consciously in the unfolding of reality, knowing that what we hold in mind becomes what we experience in form. It is the sacred principle that the universe responds to, consciousness, Asha. So it's such a simple, beautiful word. It's a heart word, Asha. So when you're startled with whatever it is that has taken you out of yourself, Asha, bring yourself back. And Roy Bennett says from the light of the heart, instead of worrying about what you cannot control, shift your energy to what you can create. Asha. Let me hear it again. Asha, Asha. If you forget the word, email me. What was it again? Amen, I am, Asha. And a final song with Dalton, and then we'll stand and do the peace song together. Thank you, everyone, for being here with open hearts.
You all know this call and response, and if you don't, it's call and response, so you'll pick it up.
One, two, three, four.
May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be free. May I be free. May my friends be happy. May my friends be peaceful. May my friends be free. May they be free. If anyone has hurt me, I now freely forgive. If I've hurt anybody, may they forgive me now. May they forgive me now. May my enemies be happy. May my enemies be peaceful. May my enemies be free. May they be free. If anyone has hurt me, I now freely forgive. If I've hurt anybody, may they forgive me now. I forgive myself right now. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be free. May they be free. May we all be free. May we all be free. May we all be, what's that word? Free. If you're comfortable doing so, stand on up, please. No words for this one, but it's okay. Yes, there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our one source, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Have a beautiful rest of your day.